president, in making that statement, doesn't understand how America works, doesn't understand how business works, would learn how to be an American.
Obama do without the sagacity of John Sununu. Welcome back. That was Romney campaign surrogate John Sununu using out-of-context remarks from President Obama to paint him as un-American. Today, Mitt Romney used those out-of-context comments for the third day in a row to attack the president. But this time, he took a page out of Sununu's playbook, saying President Obama doesn't understand what makes America unique.
I just don't think the president, by his comments, suggests an understanding of what it is that makes America such a unique nation.
For more on this, let's turn to political comedian John Fugelsang, MSNBC contributor Jimmy Williams, and Town Hall political editor Guy Benson. Guy, let's start with you. Isn't President Obama's background a shining example of what makes America unique? If anybody understands it, it's Barack Obama.
Well, sure. I mean, when we talk about a personal biography, absolutely. I think he's a great American success story when it comes to his own background and the way that he has become the president of the United States and the first African-American president. That's obviously an amazing story, but that's a completely different question about whether or not he understands the American Social Compact, and what he said in Virginia last weekend, I think, calls that very seriously into question. I don't think Mitt Romney's comments are taking the president's remarks out of context whatsoever, and I think it's a completely legitimate and, frankly, a devastating line of attack, which is why I think you're seeing a lot of damage control on the left from people trying to argue that it's out of context,
well,
or to suggest that it's un-American, that like this un-American thing. Look, John Sununu apologized within minutes of saying that. The Obama campaign still hasn't apologized for falsely suggesting Mitt Romney might be a felon. And let's not forget that President Obama...
Let's not get off the subject. Okay, let's not get off the subject. I understand your point. Jimmy, you want to jump in here to talk about what it is that Barack Obama is up against and the kind of depth of ignorance against which he has to pitch his own understanding of this social compact.
Barack Obama, the sitting president of the United States, is sitting in a country where half the country doesn't like him. It's just a simple, plain fact. And that's sad. Let's be clear about what's happening. What Sununu said, not once, not twice, 3 times. What other people have said over and over and over again. It's code. It's code that he doesn't belong in the office of the presidency of the United States. When you speak in code, people get it. And you know what? That's a problem. It's a racial problem. It's a religious problem. And if you don't think it isn't, ask the birthers. Ask the people that think he's a Muslim. Ask the people that say he's un-American. I'm sorry, but that's a major, major problem for this country. This is 2012, not 1963. This is not the pre-civil rights bill. This is a problem.
Yeah, John, let's take a page from that Jimmy Williams playbook, so to speak, and talk about the dog whistles and the codes here. Could it be argued with Mitt Romney's background, he doesn't understand what makes America unique? I mean, you could make that argument against him.
Well, of course, and Mitt Romney calling the president out of touch is like Mitt Romney calling the president honky. But, you know, when you think about the use of the word un-American, the use of the word un-American is un-American in itself. Only fascist societies or fascist people use that kind of language. You don't hear someone say, hey, man, that's very un-Canadian of you. That was really un-Belgian of you to say. Un-German? Yeah, that sounds right. We've seen this happen before, and it's dog whistle politics. It's the birthers. It's why Donald Trump is now a dog whistle that can only be heard by racists and the mainstream media.
Can I ask a question real quick?
Please. Very quickly.
Yeah, when President Obama called President Bush unpatriotic for the debt that he racked up over 8 years, which, by the way, is less than the president has racked up over 3.5 years, was that a dog whistle of some sort?
No, that's not patriotic. If you don't think it isn't, ask every conservative in this country why we have a $16 trillion deficit and whether or not that's a patriotic thing.
Yeah,
do you think that's a good thing?
If you don't like deficits, you're morally obliged to unlike the Ronald Reagan.
Do you like the wars that got us half those deficits? Because I think that was actually remarkably unpatriotic to take us into war on a lie.
And Guy, can you deal with the wolf? Can you deal with the wolf whistle here? Is there anything within the conservative conscience that understands the deployment of code terms that are meant to be understood by those who receive them and yet have plausible deniability at the same time? Can you not admit that that's going on?
I don't see it. I'm not getting any of these secret dog whistle messages.
Well, we said dog whistles. You don't see it, you hear it.
I don't see it happening. I don't
Do you hear
receive any. I don't hear it. No, I don't hear it either.
Of course
I
not.
watch this stuff all the time. You guys say, well, Bush was unpatriotic for the policies that we don't like what he did. But if a Republican says President Bush rather President Obama's un-American, which they immediately retract for bad policies that he's put in place, that's all of a sudden some sort of really nasty, insidious
well, you know, I don't want to gang.
word.
No. But no one was ever calling President Bush's policies un-American or unpatriotic in the sense of saying that he is the other.
President
he
Obama
is not
did.
one of us. It's all done in the context of Barack Obama is not a real American. And I don't want this to turn into all the guys ganging up on Guy at all. My biggest outrage of what President Obama said is that he pretty much plagiarized a much better and briefer Elizabeth Warren quote a few months ago.
All right. John Fugel saying Jimmy Williams and Guy Benson, stick around.
Scary, water concrete. Maybe it's water concrete voice there.
Actually, Rev, it's much better in the original German.
I mean, my man, das ist verboten. Guy, is this whole absurd witch hunt another attempt to paint the president as un-American?
To paint the president as un-American?
Of the United States, Barack Obama.
Yeah, I know who he is, but what does this have to do with him?
Well, we're talking about the un-Americanization of Barack Obama, his administration, people who are associated with him, Hillary Clinton and Hillary Clinton's aide. We're talking about guilt by association. We're talking about the penetration of Islamic, Muslim extremism into America. You know what we're talking about here. Why is it that our good conservatives can't acknowledge what's before us?
Well, no, you played the clip earlier of Senator McCain, who I agree with, condemning Congresswoman Bachmann for coming. Look, you don't wade into this. You don't make these sort of vague insinuations and this implication, well, maybe this woman is connected to something sinister, unless you really have proof. There's absolutely
Or unless you're just absolutely wrong and a bigot. Bigoted in the sense of having a narrow viewpoint about Islamic people in America and what they're likely to do. That kind of bigotry should not be tolerated by anybody, including in the halls of the Congress.
My point is you don't do that sort of thing unless you have proof. She doesn't have proof, so she was wrong to do it, and Senator McCain was right to call her out. And by the way, one little irony about that is this woman is married to former Congressman Anthony Weiner, who's Jewish. I mean, this would be a very deep cover for her, right? if she were some sort of,
she's
trying to embed herself
Muslim fundamentalist,
infiltrate or something like that.
The guy who plunged a plunger up the rectum of an African man was himself dating a black woman. The two are not necessarily related, my friend.
So, Guy, I have a question for you. I mean, I'm probably speaking out. Should the House of Representatives censure her for what she's done? And by the way, the other members of Congress that signed that letter?
I saw there was maybe, what, 4 or 5 of them total?
Correct. Yeah. Should they be censured for what they've done? Because, frankly, I remember Margaret Chase Smith in June of 1950. I don't remember it, but I've studied it in history. When she went to the floor and her declaration of conscience and went after McCarthy for what he did. And McCarthy was absolutely, condemned by the United States Senate. Should the same thing happen to Michelle Bachmann and those 4 GOP members of Congress by the House of Representatives, and should Speaker Boehner do it?
I would like to see her answer some more questions about this. I saw the video of her running away from a reporter, I think CNN's Dana Bash, I believe it was, refusing to answer. If you level this type of accusation, and that's not even an accusation, I'm just wondering, that's not good enough. I want to see more answers from her.
This is the kind of bias we're talking about. John, isn't it un-American of Bachmann to try and paint certain Muslims as un-American?
Well,
I mean, you made the point earlier about un-American.
I don't like to use the word un-American, but I have a Muslim cousin, a Jewish sister-in-law, an ex-nun mother, and an atheist brother, so I don't get to hate anybody. What a lot of people don't realize is Michelle Bachmann is one of the only Congress people serving on an outpatient basis. And what she did was actually rather deliberate. She's going to raise money from saying what she said, and she will earn the ire of her colleagues. Yes, even John Boehner condemned her, but the fact is they need her because she makes them look so measured and reasonable. To me, I think she's an embarrassment to all ignorant, lying Americans, and as an ignorant, lying American, I'm deeply ashamed of her bigotry.
Well, I represent that, as Groucho Marx said. A number of Republicans have attacked Bachmann for her witch hunt, including her former campaign chief, Ed Rollins, who wrote this: "Having worked for Congressman Bachmann's campaign for president, I am fully aware that she sometimes has difficulty with her facts, but this is downright vicious and reaches the late Senator Joe McCarthy level. Shame on you, Michelle. You should stand on the floor of the House and apologize to Huma Abedin and to Secretary Clinton and to the millions of hardworking, loyal Muslim Americans for your wild and unsubstantiated charges." Guy, you want to jump in, John?
Well,
and we'll get to Guy.
I just want to say that the problem here is across the boards. It's not Muslims. It's the far right-wing fundamentalists of all religions causing all the problems. problems. The far right-wing Christians, Jews, and Muslims are the ones making life really interesting for the rest of us.
Fundamentalists of all stripes.
The moderate and progressive and sane conservative Christian, Jews, and Muslims are getting along just fine right now today. This is making headlines because Michelle Bachmann is the most entertaining member of Congress and the only one who thinks Rwanda was JJ's sister on Good Times.
Baramp, baramp, baramp. John Fugelsang, Jimmy Williams, and Guy Benson, thank you.